I'm Jackson Moulding, and I am involved in delivering community-led housing, mainly in Bristol, but I've been looking at supporting self-build, community land trusts, co-housing projects, and effectively trying to find ways to empower people to have an element of ownership over the delivery of the places they're going to live. So I was looking at housing, different forms of housing, and how that empowerment comes through to people. So looking at different forms of self-build, different forms of tiny house projects, and co-housing projects, but looking at how, from looking at projects that are currently existing and how they meet both the environmental performance or improved environmental performance, but also how they improve social cohesion through connectivity within communities, and also the element of affordability. So how do we create homes which are financially accessible while also being places that are sustaining for people's well-being. So I visited Japan and North America, so Canada and predominantly the west coast of America. So I went to Tokyo and then travelled from, I did a conference in Tokyo, then I travelled up to Niigata and then travelled down the train line through Osaka, Kyoto, Hiroshima and down to Kumamoto, where I looked at various housing models, particularly down in around Kumamoto in Nishihara, where there was the earthquake and how lots of houses have become destabilised, and short-term housing solutions around small properties. And they've got a very interesting housing model over there where their house prices decrease over time compared to what we have here, where they increase over time. So there's interesting models there. And then in North America, in Canada, looking at some of the big cities and how city living is increasing, but because more and more people are wanting to live in cities, the house prices are going up, so it's becoming increasingly difficult for people to find a housing solution that's within their price bracket. And so from Toronto to Detroit and then Vancouver and Seattle, right down through to Portland and Corvallis and San Francisco, and small projects from eco-villages to co-housing projects and tiny house projects for homeless. A whole range of aspects around living and how we do that. This travelling fellowship, which has been fantastic, partly for me to realise that actually housing issues isn't just a UK thing. There are major housing issues both in Japan and in the major cities in North America. And what I've done is, having come back, is using some of that knowledge that I've gained and some of that understanding. I've been working within a number of organisations, predominantly in Bristol, where we are helping it to influence some of the work we're doing. So we are working through the Bristol Community Land Trust we've just delivered 12 homes, and we're about to deliver another 49 homes through self-finish, where the end residents will be involved in finalising those homes. We've just recently, through another organisation, the Asheville Action Group, we've raised through a community crowd fund enough money to purchase a farm within Bristol, where we're going to have a sort of permaculture-based housing project, looking at probably around 20 to 30 homes on the site, and looking at how we can do that using tiny homes, as well as passive house homes, and a range of houses from maybe some high-end ones to actually help to influence help to finance the project, but also how we can bring tiny homes in, which are generally forgotten or not included because they don't meet planning in relation to permanent housing. So if anyone is passionate about something that really resonates with them, this is a fantastic opportunity to have the ability to go and visit some places around the world, to enable them to see something different, either to help their understanding of that particular topic, or even to just witness how other people are doing that particular subject or that area of interest. And it was incredible in terms of the people that I met. You know, I feel really honoured that I've met so many amazing people on those travels, and some of those people are now good friends. I met a guy in Japan who then, on my American leg of the Travelling Fellowship, he ended up being in America, and we ended up hooking up as well. So, you know, there's fantastic opportunities to make connections with brilliant people, but also to come back feeling that, you know, you've seen some amazing things and you've experienced amazing things. It's incredibly rewarding, and you know, I would recommend, and I do recommend to people, saying, you know, just have a look at the website, see if any of this resonates, and you know, give it a go. You know, there's high competition, but you know, if you can get through, if you're passionate enough and you know you've got a real drive for something, then go do it.